if you think about it, it's on the most technical terms. You can look at it and be like, no snake, because it doesn't have a head, doesn't have a tail. It's just a ring. Just saying. Just saying. I'm not sure. I don't think you guys can see it from that angle anymore. But yeah, my bed's not made. I have to. Jesus. Had some acid reflux. That was weird. The burrito was about to come out. But yeah. Alright. How about we get started, shall we? We have another short stream today, which is surprising. Surprising I got this twice. Twice in a row as well. I think when we kind of came to earthy land in a jungle and then got attacked by a snake, causing him to be stuck on this planet. You know what? That makes sense. Maybe it was like an anaconda, and it was like because Mechanic was still like was still like a tiny alien. The anaconda was like 50 times bigger than what he remembers. And ever since then, he's fucking losing his mind over snakes. Alright, we got our author called Cyclopean. No author's page once again. Keeping that up. We will see, by the way, if SCP-2888 afterwards, if that's gonna make a reference to SCP-2877 yesterday. Because me and Mechanic, we talked about it. We talked about how like that would be nice. That would be nice if that has a little like callback. Probably won't, but the chance is there. Okay, Cyclopean, sorry. You wrote The Empire of Savaki. So, let's see what the Empire of Savaki is all about. It works. Object class save. Also, tell us a story of how your sister is to blame for you not dying snakes. Tell us. The 149 known -A objects are contained in secure containment locker -A at Site 74 disassembled. Those who wish to reconstruct more than 85% of an -A object for the purposes of testing should notify a site command prior to the research. If a -A object is used for testing purposes, the -A object it is paired with should also be assembled and stored in a monitored habitable location. Unless required for the purposes of testing, personnel handling reconstructed -A objects should not expose bare skin to the surface of the object. Unknown -B artifacts that can be safely relocated have been moved to secure containment lockers B1 through B32. Also, at Site 74. Also, yeah, good. We'll place it somewhere else. Hey Henry, can you just... Do you mind if you wear my necklace real quick, sec? Here, hold me and wear my neck. Let me move aside. Thank you. I'm not sure. Okay, wait. Actually, this side, so the chat can see you strapping that tight necklace right here. Yeah, yeah. All right. Thanks, Henry. I appreciate you. Any researcher will at least have to clearance my access -B artifacts with the supervision of a member of the Site 74 Archaeological Department. Alright, here we have -A35, partially reconstructed on the display at the museum prior to its containment. -B buildings and artifacts which cannot be safely relocated are stored at provisional areas B1 through B68, located throughout the... There's a lot of B's. There's a lot of bear around here. Located throughout the Southern Pacific Ocean. Personnel assigned to provisional areas B1 through B68 should be briefed by the area director on the cover story used by the assigned facility. Description. Oh, here's a big chunk of the explanation. When I was young, she used a rubber snake to scare me while also letting me that snake... Wait. I think that's supposed to be also telling me that snakes could eat humans, and would show those videos where a camera would show a snake's body, and when the camera showed the head, it would do a jump scare. And she also had one of those prank cans when you open it, rubber snakes would shoot out. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it to a person. -A is a collection of destroyed earthenware pottery platforms of a uniform design. Dash-A objects, when constructed, are approximately 30 centimeters in diameter at the widest point and approximately 6 centimeters in height at the tallest point. Pardon me. And Dash-A object will not display any anomalous qualities unless at least approximately 90% of both it and the Dash-A object it is paired with are reconstructed into its original design, and there are 2 meters of space between the top of both objects and any solid objects above them. The second criterion is believed to be safety feature purposely induced by Dash-B. Why is your whole family always up to mischief? The whole family is doing nonsense. The father's watching me, the biggest crime of all. The sister is over here traumatizing her brother. And Mechanic is now willing to just like, listen. I'll talk to any SCP as long as it's not snake or mirror related. Or explosion related, apparently. That's now a new one. And yeah. Humans that expose their bare skin to the surface of a reconstructed Dash-A object will disappear. Within 0.07 seconds, subject will reappear on the Dash-A that is paired with the item that the subject touched. Dash-A objects are pairwise connected and each consistently transports subjects to a single other Dash-A object. Items with a volume of less than 3 cubic meters in contact with the subject, such as clothing or handheld objects, are also transported with the exception of the Dash-A object itself. Upon the disappearance of the subject, a quantity of fluid, the majority of tests, or air or water with the same volume as the subject will disappear at the location of the subject's reappearance and be transported to the location of the subject's disappearance. Let me read that again. Upon the disappearance of the subject, a quantity of fluid, in the majority of tests, air or water with the same volume as the subject will disappear at the location of the subject's reappearance. And be transported. Oh, okay, so like it's basically what air or water will be replacing where the subject was before. The subject will fill the vacuum left by the disappearance of the volume of fluid, and the fluid will fill the vacuum left by the disappearance of the subject. Gotcha. It's basically saying it's exchanging whatever matter is in the area, which usually seems to be fluid. It's also kind of weird to say quantity of fluids in the majority of tests air. I'm like, but air is a gas. The subject will fill the vacuum. Yeah, okay. So... But I would do the same to her with Spider so you can teleport. But let's see if that's it, because I assume the teleportation is just part 1. Chapter 1 of the anomalous effect. Subjects transported by a Dash-A object consistently display a far lower core temperature than usual upon the arrival and are often coated in saline water. Even tests not involving submerged Dash-A objects. The majority of subjects report mild disorientation, nausea, and headaches after using Dash-A objects repeatedly. Long-term use of Dash-A objects can cause repeated auditory, visual, tactical hallucinations in affected subjects. Recurring themes in these hallucinations include drowning, storms, and a large coastal cityscape. Atlantis? Well, coastal, not water cityscape, so... Dash-B is the foundation designation for the Savaki culture, the prehistoric Bronze Age Pacific Island society that created and utilized Dash-A. Dash-B controlled a large number of western Pacific islands between Taiwan and Hawaii from about 2500 BCE to 1700 BCE, at which point they were gradually replaced by the Lapita culture and other pre-Polynesian groups. Okay, that's in the future. Not that far, actually. That's true, gases are fluids. It is a stage, yeah. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I imagine your sister gets amused when the snake SCP comes up and you get amused when the spider one does. And that would be wild to me if the sister also watches me. Then I'd be like, what the hell is happening with this family? Too bad. I mean, you say that your father did not care shit about it and then started watching me and was like, you know, I'm gonna watch this guy. This man right here. He seems like a okay lad. I might as well give him a watch. He's like watching me while in the meantime Henry is here, this plushie's here, Silver is here, and I'm just like a grown man is watching my ass right now. A grown man with a job. It's watching my I don't know how I feel about this. My sister grew up and turned into human like me. We got a confession, ladies and gentlemen. The disappearance of Dash B is believed to have coincided with the destruction of Dash A. The reliance on Dash A for trade, travel, and transportation of resources is the most likely cause for the decline of Dash B's society. It's currently not understood why the Dash A objects were destroyed or why Dash B chose not to rebuild them. Addendum, abridged list of Dash B areas. Ooh. Area designation. Provisional area B1. Oh, how many B's do we have here? Okay, none. Okay. Provisional area B1. The entirety of Savaki, a small island approximately 200 kilometers southeast of Taiwan. Dash A objects recovered. So A1, 2, 3, 16. The largest and earliest discovered group of SCP-B sites due to its extremely high density of Dash B artifacts. The existence of the island has been expunged from public records. The majority of Dash B sites discovered are believed to have been destroyed by storm damage. Then we have Provisional Area B2, approximately 2 kilometers east of Lohengau, Manus Island, Papua New Guinea. So Dash A4. The majority of artifacts discovered at the site were created by the Lapita culture, but a small minority were created by Dash B. The silent content of several petroglyphs indicate that they were created by Dash B. The petroglyphs, which date to approximately 1600 BCE, depict several humanoid figures and animals fleeing from a larger humanoid figure, believed to represent a member of Dash B. Bear in mind, my dad's English knowledge is low, by the way, so he watches your videos but doesn't understand what much of what you say. I like that the chat has turned into talking about family dudes watching anime. Yeah, no, he's watching a foreign show. Hell, man, when I grew up on Cartoon Network and I didn't understand any word of it, but it was all in English, and I was like, this is nice. This is fun. Provisional Area B3, the western coast of Yonaguni, Japan, A5, 6, 8, and 12. The site discovered is believed to have been used by Dash B as a trading post of some kind. Recovered artifacts indicate that Dash B regularly traded with the Longshan culture, Middle Jomon peoples, and the Indus Valley civilization. Provisional Area B4. Honolulu Watershed Forest Reserve, Oahu, United States, A7, A9. The Dash B site discovered was initially believed to be a mass grave due to the large quantity of skeletons within it. However, later study of Dash B indicated that they removed the heads of bodies prior to burying them and stored them in separate locations, disproving this initial hypothesis. This site is now believed to be the location of a large battle or revolt against Dash B. Mitochondrial DNA extracted from the molars of the skeletons indicate that the battle was between Dash B and another Proto-Polynesian group not native to the island. My dad is like, okay, I understand. Let me get it out for you. My dad is like,
what the hell is this?
While watching you SCP YouTube reads bits. Imagine he learns more English just because of SCP. If he does, he learns the wrong type of English. He just goes to other people like, yeah, this is anomaly, and you're like, yeah, it was like, and he's using it in the wrong word, in the wrong time, and it was like, what is it? He's actually he's trying to talk about like his morning routine, and he just calls it an anomaly for some reason, and everybody's like, I don't think that's how that was used, and he's like, no. I watch do an afro on YouTube using that word. I think I know what the hell I'm talking about, okay? I think I know how to use that word anomaly, alright? Which now means that basically there's some Chinese telephone happening around here, because you have to sit next to him, listening to what I say, and translate it to him in your own way of what I just said. So yeah. No wonder he's talking about just taking the 1800 statue and destroying it. You didn't tell him that that it's indestructible and that it's only in possession of somebody else. Provisional Area B9. Northern coast of to Tiahura, French Polynesia. A14, A15, A43. Provisional Area B9 represents the first time to connect connected Dash A objects. A14 and A-15 were discovered on the same island. Oh wait, that's now it's as A-15 was discovered within the remains of an outrigger canoe. It is believed that it was to be transported to another island. Other recovered artifacts indicate that the transport of A-15 was interrupted by a conflict between B and another group. Provisional area B-10, Mount Sili Savaki, Samoa. -18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. The most notable feature of the -B site contained within Area B10 is a large fortified structure believed to have acted as the residence of the leaders of B during its period of dominance. A mass grave is located beneath the courtyard portion of the structure. Approximately 200 skeletons with their skulls removed are arranged in multiple symmetrical patterns within the grave. Mitochondrial DNA extracted from the models of the removed skulls indicate that the bodies came from various southwestern Pacific societies known to B and that none of the bodies were members of B. Examination of the bones indicate that those buried at the site were cannibalized prior to their death. The structure is believed to have been destroyed during a conflict between B and another group at approximately the same time as the destruction of A. And then provisional area B35, Langila, New Britain, Papua New Guinea, A52. The majority of artifacts discovered at the site were created by the Lapita culture, but a small minority were created by B. 2 B petroglyphs have been recovered from the site. The first depicts 2 large groups of humanoid figures armed with spears fighting each other, surrounded by spherical objects believed to represent A. The second petroglyph depicts the 2 groups being killed by a large humanoid figure surrounded by storm motifs. Lines emerge from the depicted A objects into the large humanoid figure. It is currently unknown what the humanoid figure represents. It sounds like references to other SCPs, if I'm not mistaken. It sounds like it, at least. Yeah, my day was good. How was your special containment procedures? What? I mentioned about in the Swedish language. Oh, that would even be more weird. It's like then he's messing up his own language. That would be more confusing. Like, why would you do that? Papa, why would you confuse yourself like that? It's what the guy in the TV said, son. He talked like that, so I started talking like that in Swedish. Papa, there's no need for that, Papa. Anyway, why you call me Papa? You never do that. Why are you saying that like that? What I've read on the discussion pages has some relation to the Devite. Oh, okay, gotcha. Because it sounded like very referencey, so I was like wondering, like, what am I missing? What am I missing? And now I know. The Devites. They're back at it again. Like always. Always coming back.